scared me. Yo, that scared me, like, a lot.
So I had just started the broadcast, and she was right behind me. She goes, "Go Lady Bison!" Like, just yelled it right into the microphone.
I didn't hear a word you just said.
That was fun. Let's do it again, huh?
Howdy, Paul.
Yeah, pull them off, Marta.
Dude, you know that layup, like, where Haley got, like, shoved over here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, and, like, so she hit the bottom of the freaking backboard. Fucking Avery was giving her crap about it. She was like, what was that, Haley? And I was like, she got shoved.
She got freaking shoved in the back.
And then she was like, yeah, but when she got it back, she just threw it straight in the air. And I was like, yeah, because she got shoved in the air.
You're right, yeah. She got hit like 3 times.
And I was like...
The girls will play O'Keene because they won their game.
Are we at O'Keene?
Yeah, at O'Keene.
Is that where the next tournament is?
Yeah.
Or not tournament, but... Heck yeah, dude. I'm kind of stoked.
So you guys are gonna play Sweetwater because O'Keene won that game.
Hey, isn't Sweetwater a company?
Yeah.
Lost already.
They'll be down there.
Yeah, no, they are. They're not. We're supposed to go over there, and they're not there.
So Class B, huh?
So if we would have lost this game, it's tells us that we would have got black.
Huh?
That we
Right.
would have got a black.
Right. And we would have been on the losing side of the bracket, which means if we lose one more, then we're out.
But we didn't lose.
Right. So we're still double elimination. I'm like, wow, they got a guy that looks just like JB. Maybe JB. They're both the restroom. They're both restroom. She now owns the family record. Sawyer, because their family record was 29. Watch out, guys. Oh, shoot.
The pride of the High Plains, the Balko Bison are on the air. You're listening to Balko Bison basketball live from Helena, Oklahoma, and Timberlake High School for the second round Class B OSSAA basketball men's matchup between the Balko Bison and the Timberlake Tigers. Timberlake has a loud and boisterous student section and crowd, so this is going to be a tough but exciting atmosphere today. The Balko Lady Bison just defeated Medford by a score of 69-15. Sawyer Stockton with a career-high 35 points in that one. The winner of today's game between Balko and Timberlake will face the winner between O'Keene and Mountain View Gotebo. And they'll play at 8 o'clock next Thursday. The loser will play 3 o'clock next Thursday against the loser of that matchup. So from this point forward, it's double elimination. Just the first round was single elimination. Last season, Timberlake's season came to an end in the fourth round of the playoffs, losing to Balko in the regional semifinal. The Tigers advanced to tonight's game by defeating Medford last night by a score of 68-34. Balko advanced to tonight's game by defeating Burlington by a score of 59-42. Timberlake comes into tonight's game with a record of 14 wins and 8 losses on the season. They're 4-1 in their last 5 games. They're averaging 50.1 points a game on the season. Their season high was 80 points against Burlington earlier this year, and then their season low was 35 against both Waynoka and Cherokee. They're averaging 56.4 points a game in their last 5. They like to get up and go. Defensively, they're averaging giving up just 38.7 points a game on the season. The most that they've allowed all year long is 53 points, and that was against Ringwood. Their season low is 21 against Canton. They're averaging just giving up 35 points a game over their last 5. Timberlake comes into tonight's game riding a 4-game winning streak, and their average margin of victory in those 4 games is 28.5 points. They're creative and fast on the offensive side of the ball. They're excellent at closing down passing lanes on the defensive end. They remind me a lot of Laverne when I watch them play. They're really good at closing down passing lanes and pressuring defenses into making passes they don't want to make. They're fast and physical on both ends of the floor. They can shoot the 3. They do not give up many points. Again, the most that they've allowed in a single game this year is 53, and the last team to score 60 on them was Balko last year in the regional semifinal. For the Balko Bison, they come into tonight's game with a record of 8-9 on the season. They're 2-3 in their last 5. They're averaging scoring 40.8 points a game offensively on the season. Their season high was 67 against Rolla, and their season low was 20 that they scored against Laverne. They're averaging scoring 41.8 points a game offensively over the last 5. They're giving up 44.3 points a game defensively over the course of the season. Their season high that they've allowed was 66 against Laverne. Their season low was 28 against Rolla. They're averaging giving up 45.8 points a game defensively in the last 5. Nathan Smith has been hot from range as of late, and they're going to want him to stay hot. Although last night, Jaden Hall was hitting from all over the place. They're going to want to put a lot of pressure on Timberlake. They look for aggressive defense to turn into fast break opportunities on the offensive end. And they've got to take advantage of their open shot opportunities that they get when they get them. And they have to stop Timberlake's lane penetration. Whoever controls the tempo of tonight's game is going to win the game. If they can make it a knockdown slugfest, Balko should win this game. Balko has to avoid foul trouble if they have any hope whatsoever of winning tonight, however. Balko won the last meeting between these two teams, 66-45 in the 2021 regional semifinal. The winner of tonight's game will face the winner between O'Keene and Mountain View Gotebo on Thursday at 8 p.m. in O'Keene. The loser will face the loser of that same matchup at 3 p.m. The starting lineup for tonight's game, first for the Timberlake Tigers. Number 1, junior Avery Wallace. Senior number 3, Jack McCoy. Junior number 5, Merrick Judd. Senior number 14, J.J. Pippin. And senior number 55, Cade Severin. For the Balko Bison, junior number 3, Nathan Smith. Senior number 5, Jaden Hall. Sophomore number 11, Peyton Parker. Senior number 32, Adam Creason. And senior number 55, Mason Romju. Balko will be in their road charcoal gray uniforms with maroon lettering and white trim. Correction, white lettering and maroon trim. And they will be going from right to left across your screen. Timberlake will be in their home white uniforms with black lettering and black trim, and they'll be going from left to right across your screen. They're about to do the in-arena starting lineups here. Had a nice visit with Timberlake coach Cale Pierce before the game. And I will say, I said this before, I said this last night, and I'll say it again right now. The Timberlake hosts here have been absolutely wonderful this entire weekend. They've been terrific. Now, do not mistake that into weakness. Their student crowd is loud, they are boisterous, and they are going to be very, very loud tonight. Both these teams have clinched a spot into the third round of the playoff. It's just a matter now of who they're going to play and when. We know it's going to be at O'Keene, and we know it's going to be next Thursday. Beyond that, we don't know anything. Timberlake does have a height advantage, and they have a speed advantage. Balko's going to have to play a very, very smart, very careful game if they're going to win tonight. So the Tigers are huddling up on top of their logo now at center court. The Bison are getting last-minute instructions from Coach Regier in front of their bench. So it's Balko, it's Timberlake, and it's going on right now here on the Balko Bison Sports Network. My name is David Vaughn. I'll be your host for the next couple hours. Very pleasant good evening to you all, wherever you may be. Thank you all so much for joining us for this broadcast of Balko Bison basketball. The Bison are on the court. Timberlake getting final last-minute instructions from Coach Cale Pierce. So it's going to be Cade Severin jumping for the Tigers, Jaden Hall jumping for the Bison. Ball's in the air, and tip is controlled by the Tigers. Into the front court, McCoy has the ball. Lamb is blocked by Creason. So Timberlake basketball inbounding on the baseline. McCoy to inbound for the Tigers. Man, that didn't take long at all to get the crowd awake on both sides. Inbound stolen by Ramju, up to Creason ahead of everyone. Creason goes up for the layup. And they're not going to call a foul on that. They're going to say there was a clean block out of bounds. It'll be Balko basketball. So 8 seconds in, we have a block shot for both teams. And it's going to be one of those games. Creason shot off the glass and good. Adam Creason with the first points of the game is 2-0 Balko. Into the front court, Merrick Judd with it. He'll walk it across the timeline with the ball just on this side of the Timberlake logo. Judd calling for some help. Wallace gets the ball. Smith goes for the steal, doesn't get it. Pass is deflected out of bounds and stolen by Nathan Smith. 30 seconds gone and already all kinds of action in this game. Jaden Hall with it, and he'll come slowly across the timeline. Pass over to Peyton Parker. Parker fakes the pass, reverses course over to Nathan Smith for three. No good. Rebound by Adam Creason. Creason with it. Floater in the lane is good. 4 points for Adam Creason. It's 4-0 Balko. 7:10 to go here in the quarter. Merrick Judd will bring it across the midcourt stripe. Now with it in the front court, being guarded by Mason Ramju. Judd with the ball, giving it off to McCoy. McCoy fakes the shot. Parker bites. Now down to the block. Pressure. Avery Wallace has it. Double team comes. Throwing out now to the sideline. Jack McCoy with it. Driving in. Bounce pass to Severin. Now to the free throw line. J.J. Pippen shots off the side of the iron. No good. Rebound loose. Pippen with it near the sideline. All kinds of pressure. Coach Regier was calling timeout. He didn't get it, and now he's having harsh words with the official. Possession arrow favors the Bison. Coach Regier was really giving the official an earful on that. Full court press being employed by the Tigers. Adam Creason with it. Long pass to Jaden Hall. Hall with it now in the front court on the near side. Hall reverses over to Nathan Smith. Smith with it. Dribbling out between the circles, driving into the lane, passing out of a double team over to Hall. Hall thought about the jumper, opted not to take it. Passing back down to Smith between the circles. Balko to reset the offense. Now 6:17 to go here in the quarter. Adam Creason all alone in the paint. Turnaround jumper off the glass. No good. Hall with the rebound. Put back is no good. They're going to say he traveled. So it'll be a turnover and Timberlake basketball. 6:10 to go in the quarter. Jack McCoy brings it across the timeline between the legs dribble, passing over to Severin at the free throw line extended on the near side, has the ball now, giving it up to Pippen. Pippen driving in, bounce pass, finds a cutting Pippen, all kinds of contact again. Jumper over the outstretched arm of Adam Creason is good for Jack McCoy, his first points of the game, and it's 4-2. Creason with it on the far side, long pass to Smith. Smith has it on the near side, bounce pass to Jaden Hall, and Balko to set the offense now. 1-4 zone being employed by the Tigers. Peyton Parker had it at the elbow, pass back to Romju at the top of the key, over to Hall on the near side. Balko to reset again. 5:27 to go here in the first quarter, 4-2 the score. Hall reverses course over to Nathan Smith for three in front of the student section, in and out, no good. Rebound loose, tie ball, possession arrow favors Timberlake. It'll be Tiger basketball. And as we expected, this crowd is loud and they are fun. You gotta love atmospheres like this. This makes these games so great. And this is what makes high school and college basketball the best sport on the planet. Our atmospheres like we have in here tonight is unbelievable. Pippen with the ball at the wing on the near side, gives the ball now to the elbow. Wallace with it, pass is stolen, come back the other way, 1-on-4, Creason with it, circles back out. Dishing off to Smith on the near side, circling back around, passing over to Romju on the far side, has the ball at the free throw line extended, now dribbling between the circles over to Creason. Creason on the far side has the ball at the wing, dishing back to Jaden Hall. Hall for three, fadeaway jumper, bang! Jaden Hall with his first points of the game, and it's 7-2. Favor Balko, 4:37 to go. All the way in, the 10-foot jumper is off the iron, no good. Rebound, loose, picked up by Hall. Losing his footing, picking it back up. Now coming back the other way is Jaden Hall. Bison with a 5-point lead and the basketball. Hall directing traffic, giving it off to Romju. Romju faking the pass, utilizes the dribble, takes one, reverse course to Parker. Now down to the elbow, pass is deflected out of bounds over the backboard. It'll be Balko basketball. 4:15 to go here in the quarter. Subbing into the game for the Tigers, Chase Pierce coming in, and Avery Wallace will have a seat for Timberlake. Romju inbounding from the baseline. Finds Creason on the block over to Hall. Nice ball movement shot. Good, and a foul. Basket good for Jaden Hall. Foul's going to be on Cade Severin, his first personal foul. First team foul. So Jaden Hall at the line. Free throws off the back iron, no good. Come back the other way now are the Tigers. 9-2 the score favor Balko. Into the front court, and that 9-2 score keeps appearing. That's like 4 or 5 straight games that Balko's had a 9-2 lead. The result's been different every time, but that's a familiar score for Balko. Looking to get rid of it. Pass over to Pippen, has the ball being guarded by Hall. Hall down to Severin on the block. Parker goes for the steal, doesn't get it. 14-foot jumper, no good. Offensive rebound, Pippen put back is up. Off the side of the iron, no good. Rebounded by Romju. A lot of contact, no call. The referees very much letting them play in this game, and I like it that way. That way the players on the floor decide the game and not the gentlemen in stripes, for as much respect as we have for them. Parker driving in, no good, and a foul. So Peyton Parker will be at the line to shoot two. That foul's going to be on Cade Severin. That's 2 on him, second team foul. So Peyton Parker, the 5'10 sophomore, at the line to shoot 2 for Balko. First free throw's on the way. Around the rim and no good. Avery Wallace set to check back in, and Cade Severin will have a seat for Timberlake. 3:25 to go here in the first quarter. Balko with a 7-point lead. Parker set to shoot his second free throw. It's on the way and good. So Peyton Parker converts 1, and it's an 8-point lead for Balko now at 10-2. 3:20 to go here in the ball game. In the first quarter. My goodness, I'm ready to call this game already. Teardrop, no good. Rebound loose, deflected out of bounds by Timberlake. It'll be Balko basketball. 3:13 to go here in the quarter. Timberlake employing the full court press. Inbound goes to Nathan Smith. Smith wanted to give it back to Hall, but he's not there. Now over to Romju. Numbers back defensively for Timberlake. Pass to Hall between the circles. Hall with the between the legs dribble. And they'll wait for the offensive set. 2-3 zone being employed by Timberlake. High pass to Hall, who was cutting behind Smith. I don't think Smith knew it. Over to Creason. Creason driving in. Over the double team shot. Back iron, no good. Rebounded by Wallace. Come back the other way now are the Tigers wanting to run numbers back defensively for Balko. Over to the wing on the near side. Back to the top of the key. Jack McCoy with it. Backing Peyton Parker down now into the paint. Getting rid of it to Wallace. Driving in. Elbow jumper from Wallace is good. First points of the game for Avery Wallace is 10-4 now with 2.5 to go here in the quarter. Adam Creason with it on the far side. Long pass is intercepted and stolen. Avery Wallace with it. 10-foot jumper over Jaden Hall is good. Back-to-back baskets for Avery Wallace. And it's 10-6. Outlet to Mason Ramju, has it over to Hall. Hall into the front court now, giving it off to Mason Ramju. Ramju finds Parker at the elbow, over to Creason. Creason driving the baseline. Pass is deflected and stolen. And this is exactly what we knew that Timberlake could and would do, as the outlet's too tall and out of bounds. Balko basketball, the minute 57 to go here in the quarter. 10-6 the score, favor the Bison. And Balko has struggled with this full court press all season long. Peyton Parker with it now, driving in. Shot is no good. Coming back the other way now are the Tigers. Driving in, Merrick Judd with it. The foul line jumper is no good. Rebound by Jaden Hall. Coming back the other way. Hall takes the pass, takes it himself, now across the timeline. Minute 38 to go in the quarter. Hall waits for the offense to set. Coach Regier calls the play from the sideline. Hall going toward the far sideline. Long three-pointer for Hall. In and out, no good. That was halfway down and popped out. Merrick Judd across the timeline for the Tigers. A minute 18 to go here in the quarter. Driving in, Jack McCoy has the ball, dishing out. Wallace fakes the three-pointer. The jumper over Parker's good. 6 straight points for Avery Wallace, and it's 10-8, a personal 6-0 run. Jaden Hall with it now at the timeline with a minute to go here in the quarter. Balko led this game once by a score of 10-2. Since then, Avery Wallace has happened, and he scored 6 straight points for Timberlake. Nathan Smith with it, now over to Hall between the circles. Balko's offense has gone ice cold. They haven't scored in the last 3 minutes. Adam Creason with it at the free throw line, extended on the near side. Crossover dribble for Creason, has the ball. Over and back violation. So Timberlake basketball with a chance to tie or take the lead with a basket here on this possession. Inbound goes to Chase Pierce, who has the ball, and he's fouled away from the basket on Nathan Smith. That's his first personal foul, first team foul. 33 seconds to go here in the quarter. 2-point lead for Balko. Timberlake basketball. Inbound goes to Merrick Judd in the backcourt, and he'll jog it up. Half a minute to go here in the quarter. 2-point lead for Balko. Top of the key, Avery Wallace now with it, passing over to the near side. McCoy has it, bounce pass to the block. Turnaround jumpers in and up and good. Merrick Judd, basket good for him, his first points. And it's an 8-0 run for Timberlake. 15 seconds to go here in the quarter. Pass is too tall for everyone and out of bounds. Just under 10 seconds to go in the quarter, and Timberlake with a chance to take the lead here at the end of the quarter. Crossover dribble, driving in, Merrick Judd with it. The floater's off the glass and good. 4 points for him, 10 straight. And that's the end of the first quarter with the score, Timberlake 12, Balko 10. Balko Bison basketball continue in a moment.
I didn't see it, but he was mad going back the other way. Excuse me.
Welcome back to Helena, Oklahoma. At Timberlake High School, where the Timberlake Tigers lead Balko by a score of 12-10. Timberlake being paced by Avery Wallace with 6, Merrick Judd with 4, and 2 for Jack McCoy. Jaden Hall with 5 for Balko, 4 for Adam Creason, and 1 for Peyton Parker. It's a 2-point lead for the Bison. It will be Balko basketball to start the second quarter. Timberlake firmly has momentum at this point. They scored the last 10 points of the quarter. And Balko's got to do something to settle things down immediately, or else they're going to get run out of this building. Nathan Smith now with it. He'll bring it across the timeline, diagonally toward the near side. Smith over to Ramju, has the ball over to to Peyton Parker, loses control, giving it back to Creason. Creason down to the block, has the ball. Over to Parker. Parker, three-pointer. Off the front iron, no good. Rebounded by Merrick Judd, coming back the other way. Are the Tigers. Long outlet into the front court, bounce pass to the block. J.J. Pippen has it. To the far side, nice ball movement, Merrick Judd. 6 points for Judd, and it's a 4-point lead for Balko, or for Timberlake now, 14-10. Mason Romju has it, giving it off to Nathan Smith. Smith driving in. Over to Parker. Parker shot off the glass, good. 3 points for Peyton Parker. And it's 14-12 Timberlake, 7:17 to go here in the first half. Into the front court, Merrick Judd with it. Over to Avery Wallace. Wallace over to Jack McCoy on the far side. Has the ball now between the circles. Chase Pierce with it. Back to Avery Wallace on the near side. Being guarded by Adam Creason way out on the perimeter. Jack McCoy with it at the top of the key, driving in on Parker. As the ball circles it back out now over to Pierce. Pierce driving into 14-foot jumper's good. Chase Pierce with the basket. His first points, and it's 16-12. Pass goes to Nathan Smith. In the front court on the far side, back to Adam Creason. Creason between the circles has the ball. Met out there by Jack McCoy. Parker at the elbow has the ball. Directing traffic, bounce pass to Hall. Reverse layup is good for Jaden Hall. 7 for him. And it's 16-14. This game is not short on entertainment value in the early going here. Chase Pierce with it, being guarded by Nathan Smith. Over to the far side, Avery Wallace has it, being guarded by Adam Creason. Handing it off to Judd. Now back out, the 10-foot jumper, no, over to the block, shots blocked by Jaden Hall and stolen. 2 minutes gone here in the second quarter, 2-point lead for Timberlake, Balko basketball. Hall walking across the timeline, and he'll wait for the offense to set. Nathan Smith for three. Off the back iron, no good, rebounded by Merrick Judd, coming back the other way now with the Tigers. Both teams wanting to run. Judd going coast to coast, loses control off the glass. Offensive rebound, put back is no good. Rebound by Peyton Parker. Balko needs to settle things down a little bit. Kind of looks like Timberlake also needs to settle things down a little bit. It's like we're getting a little too frenetic here. A fast pace is great. A frenetic pace is not one that you want if you're either coach at this point. Ball reversal over to Peyton Parker. Parker has the ball, utilizing the screen. Three-pointer for Nathan Smith. Off the back iron, no good. Rebound loose, picked up by Hall. Foul on Adam Creason. That'll be Creason's first personal foul, second team foul. Timberlake basketball, 5:24 to go here in the half. Merrick Judd with it now in the backcourt. And he'll dribble across the midcourt stripe, being guarded very loosely by Mason Romju. Now to McCoy at the top of the key, over to the near side, Avery Wallace with it. Passes over to a cutting Judd at the high post, back to Wallace. Wallace at the free throw line extended on the near side. Calling for an ISO, and he gets it. Reversing now over to Chase Pierce. Pierce with the ball, being guarded by Smith. Over to Merrick Judd. Judd with the ball, utilizing the screen. Driving into the paint, bounce pass to the block by Pippen. Shots blocked and a foul. That's going to be on Adam Creason. That'll be Creason's second personal foul, third team foul. J.J. Pippen will be at the line to shoot 2 for the Tigers. Timberlake with a 2-point lead and at the line to shoot 2. The senior for Timberlake sinks his first free throw. One more forthcoming. Three minutes gone here in the second quarter. Pippen's second free throw is up. Around the rim, no good. Rebound by Jaden Hall. So Pippen converts 1 of 2. He has 1 point, and it's a 3-point lead for Timberlake at 17-14. 4:50 to go here in the first half. Nathan Smith with it between the circles. Directing traffic, reverses course over to Peyton Parker. Parker fakes the pass, takes a couple dribbles, has the ball now. Passing off to Adam Creason. Creason down to Romju on the block. Back to Parker, top of the key, fakes the three. Circles back out, three-pointer for Parker. No, he got stuck behind the backboard. And there are several players with good verticals out there on the floor right now, but I don't think anyone's hitting that one. So now we've got a game where they're just going to hit the ball. And Avery Wallace earns the game MVP. So Timberlake basketball with 4:28 to go in the first half, 3-point lead and the ball. Players on both sides having a good laugh about it. It'll be Timberlake basketball. Merrick Judd will walk it up the court for the Tigers. Dishing it off to McCoy between the circles over to the near side. Avery Wallace, the free throw line extended on the near side. Giving it off to McCoy. McCoy driving in. Wide open lane. Layup is good. 4 points for McCoy, and it's the largest lead of the game for for Timberlake at 5, 19-14. Forget Balko led by as many as 8. Hall with it in the backcourt, passing up to Adam Creason. Creason with it. Pass over to Hall. Hall now into the front court. Tries to pass it to Parker, it's deflected out of bounds. So Balko basketball, Mason Romju to inbound. Timeout on the floor. We'll take it with him. 3:47 to go here in the first half. Timberlake 19, Balko 14. Balko Bison basketball continue in a moment. Welcome back to Helena, Oklahoma and Timberlake High School, where the Timberlake Tigers lead the Balko Bison 19-14. Timberlake is on a 17-4 run. And this, unfortunately, is a familiar pattern for the Bison, where they start out well and then give up a massive run in the second quarter. And it's happened almost every game this season. Balko led this game 10-2. And Timberlake has scored 17 of the last 21 points. Adam Creason between the circles over to Smith. Smith thought about the three, opted not to take it. Back to Creason. Creason now at the top of the key, has the ball, directing traffic, giving it off to Peyton Parker. Parker reverses course to Nathan Smith. The free throw line extended on the near side. Has the ball over to Romju now. Romju over to Parker on the near side. Bounce pass to Creason at the elbow. 12-foot jumpers hard off the iron. No good. Rebound by the Tigers. Come back the other way. They want to run. Merritt Judd with it. Pass over to Jack McCoy. McCoy has the ball, faking the pass, will circle it back out. Timberlake will reset the offense now, 3:15 to go here in the first half. Finding the cutter, passing it off to Pippen, it's off his hands and out of bounds. Merritt Judd was driving to the lane, had a wide open layup, and I think he was trying to be a little bit too unselfish and ended up turning it over. Full court press being employed again by Timberlake. And again, Balko has not really proven all season long that they could stop that. Creason with it. Over to Romju. Romju trying to feed Peyton Parker, but couldn't. Nathan Smith imploring the team to settle down, take their time. Under 3 to play now here in the first half. 5-point lead for Timberlake, Balko basketball. Romju inbounds to Smith on the corner, down to Creason. Creason turnaround jumper off the glass, no good. Offensive rebound put back, no good. Rebound by J.J. Pippen. Jaden Hall doesn't usually miss from point-blank range, especially when there's not a hand in his face. But he does there in his Timberlake basketball. Pippen with it now with the free throw line extended on the near side. Has the ball being guarded by Hall. Now between the circles to Merrick Judd. Long three-pointer off the side of the rim. No good. Rebounded by Nathan Smith. Smith to Hall. 2.5 to go here in the second quarter. 5-point lead for Timberlake, Balko basketball. Mason Romju over to Adam Creason. Romju thought about the jumper. He probably could have taken it. Giving up now to Jaden Hall. He'll dribble between the circles, and Balko reset the offense, reversing to Nathan Smith. Smith with it now, directing traffic. 2-3 zone, or 2-1-2 zone being employed by Timberlake. Hall again between the circles, over to Parker. Parker faking the pass in the corner, reversing now to Smith. Smith with it. Over to Adam Creason. Creason to Hall on the near side. Thought about the jumper, opted not to. Nice closing defense there by Chase Beers. Balko to reset once again. 1:50 to go here in the half. Parker at the high post, but he doesn't have the ball. Romju with it now. Over to Parker now at the free throw line extended on the near side. Back to Romju. Hall there. And Timberlake has effectively closed down the interior to where Balko can't take anything close. So they're going to have to start hitting from the outside. Hall with it. Passing out of a double team over to Smith for three. Bang! Three-point basket good for Nathan Smith. His first basket of the game is 19-17 with 1:20 to go. For as long a scoring drought as Balko had, they're only down 2 with 1:13 to go here in the half. And that's not a bad place to be. J.J. Pippen with it, driving, shooting over a double team off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Adam Creason. Balko with a chance to tie or take the lead with a basket. Nathan Smith giving it off to Jaden Hall. 1 minute exactly to go here in the second quarter. Hall getting instructions from Coach Regier. Dribbling toward the near sideline, has the ball, utilizing the crease and screen, passing over to Smith. Smith to Creason from the block, shot good. Adam Creason with his basket, 6 points for him, and we're tied up at 19 with 43 seconds to go. Avery Wallace driving in, and we have a foul on Adam Creason. For Creason, that's going to be his third. And he may be pulled here in the last 39 seconds. So Levi Milliken's going to come into the game, and Adam Creason's going to have a seat so that he doesn't pick up a fourth foul here in the last half minute of the quarter. Long outlet goes to Wallace between the circles. Timberlake to reset. Timberlake looking for instructions as Coach Pierce gives him to Wallace. Over to J.J. Pippen on the far side, being guarded by Hall. Driving in now, Jack McCoy circles back out, 25 seconds to go, and Timberlake maybe hold, no. Wallace had it, he had a lane to the basket, and it's stolen by Ramju, giving it off to Smith. One-on-one, driving in, Smith, basket good. Nathan Smith, 5 points for him, and Balko leads with 9 seconds to go in the half. Into the front court, Merritt Judd with it. Three-pointer with 5 seconds left, off the iron, no good. Rebound by Hall. Come back the other way. Hall's shot from three-quarter court was blocked. And that's going to be the end of the first half with the score. Balko 21, Timberlake 19. An exciting first half. We're going to have the first half recap and exciting second half action live from Helena, Oklahoma. Balko Bison basketball will continue in a moment.
Test, test, test. All right, cool. Test.
Welcome back to Helena, Oklahoma, Timberlake High School, where the Balko Bison lead the Timberlake Tigers by a score of 21-19. Balko dominated most of the first quarter, went through a really long dry stretch there in the second quarter, and then picked it back up at the end of the second quarter. I'm joined now by Paul Caldwell, who's been running camera for me all season long. He's done some spot color commentary. Paul, welcome to the broadcast. Glad to have you on. Let's talk about that first half a little bit. Not much as far as foul trouble for either side. We've got Adam Creason that has 3, and so that's something that we don't want to see. 2 fouls for Cade Severin, but a fairly clean first half for both sides. If you're the coach of either one of these teams, what are you saying to your team at halftime to kind of drive them moving forward?
Keep tacking in the paint. They're both just kind of going at it and making it an interesting game.
No, I think, and I mentioned it before, as far as entertainment value, this has been a pretty good game. We know that, well, let's take a couple minutes right now to talk about the ladies' game. Balko cruising to a 69-15 victory, advancing to the third round where they'll take on O'Keene. Sawyer Stockton with 35 points in that effort. If you're Coach Johnson, what do you tell your team after that game? I mean, what is there to critique?
There's not much to critique there, but the way they are now is you got to keep finding the hot person and just let them keep shooting.
Exactly. I agree there. So we're at halftime here in Timberlake where it's 21-19 in favor of the Balko Bison. We're going to take another quick break. When we come back, we'll have the first half recap and the start of the second half live from the OSSAA Class B second round men's basketball playoff. Balko Bison basketball will continue in just a moment.
set-to-set audio. This one does not, so I'll have one ear in and one ear out, so I can hear you, but you'll be able to hear me regardless. Can you write your name down?
Welcome back to Helena, Oklahoma, and Timberlake High School, where the Balko Bison lead the Timberlake Tigers by a score of 21-19 at halftime. We're joined by Timberlake play-by-play voice Ryan Dayton. Ryan, what did you see from the Timberlake perspective in the first half that you like, and then what do you think that there's going to be for Coach Pierce to kind of build on for Timberlake?
Well, I think we expected a very physical game. I mean, both these teams being great football schools, we knew it was going to be a battle. And what I did like there in the late half was, or the first quarter, early second quarter was the pace that Timberlake was able to get. I think we were able to get Balko in an up and down game, which I think is to Timberlake's advantage.
Right, Timberlake did have that nice 17-4 run there, kind of in that middle 6-minute stretch there. It was one of those things where Balko's offense went ice cold, and Timberlake just started hitting everything that they were seeing. If you're Coach Pierce, what do you say to the boys in the locker room to be like, all right, okay, let's come out, finish this job here in the second half?
I think we got to keep Balko off the boards. We got to keep Hall off the boards. We got to keep Creason off the boards. And then offensively, we're better when the ball moves, when the ball's going from hand to hand to hand, and we're not trying to play hero ball. And I think he'll really stress that ball movement.
Right. Well, and you brought up an interesting point, something that I'd kind of like to discuss here for just a second. Timberlake won the Class C state championship in football this year. Balko was the Class B runner-up. And so this is a couple of traditional football powers coming at it now on the basketball court. And like you said, I wouldn't really expect anything less than a nice, hard physical battle in this game. Something that I've talked about throughout the broadcast tonight, and I love it, is the atmosphere that you have here in Timberlake. Is it something that has just always been here? Is it something that you guys have worked to build here at Timberlake?
You know, we've always been very proud of our athletics, obviously, here at Timberlake, but we've really worked as a school to build, more school pride and work on student sections. With the number of kids that we have, it's very tough when boys and girls both play to have any kind of student section. So it is nice when we're not both playing that the other team can come out and support.
Right. Well, and that's one of the joys of small schools. You have everyone that does everything, and then everyone turns around and supports as well.
Right.
Ryan Dayton, Timberlake play-by-play voice, thank you so much for joining me at halftime. Balko leads Timberlake 21-19. We'll be right back with the start of the second half. Balko Bison basketball continue in a moment.
Thank you so much. We'll appreciate that. Buffalo's beating Oregon in half. Holy cow. Where's the game I care about? Oh, of course they're not keeping up with it. Oh, keeping up with you.
Welcome back to Helena, Oklahoma, Timberlake High School, where the Balko Bison lead the Timberlake Tigers at halftime, 21-19. For Timberlake, they're being paced by Avery Wallace and Merrick Judd with 6 points apiece. 4 for Jack McCoy, 2 for Chase Pierce, and 1 for J.J. Pippin. For Balko, Jaden Hall was 7, 6 for Adam Creason, 5 for Nathan Smith, 3 for Peyton Parker. Adam Creason, however, also has 3 personal fouls, so that's something he's going to have to watch out for here in the second half. Reminder that the winner of this game will face the winner between Mountain View, Godebo, and O'Keene next Thursday at 8 o'clock at O'Keene High School. The loser will play the loser of that matchup at 3 p.m. We're about a minute away from the start of the second half here from Timberlake High School, so we're just going to go ahead and leave the broadcast here. Balko leading Timberlake by a score of 21-19. And this, even though it's a 2-point game, it's not really a game that went back and forth. It was a game of long runs. Balko jumped out to a 10-2 lead. Timberlake came all the way back and led 19-14, and then Balko closed the half on a 7-0 run, and that's the sum total of the offense in the half. There were just massive runs by both teams, and so apparently it's going to be a game where whoever has the last run is going to win this game. It will be Timberlake basketball to start the second half, I believe. Last time they didn't change the arrow at halftime, but no, they've got to change. So it'll be Timberlake basketball to start the second half. Balko players officiating, joking around with the officials. And we do want to recognize the officials, Jason Collins and Jamie Osterhout. They've done a good job officiating this tournament. They've really done a good job of letting the players play and not interjecting themselves into the outcomes of these games. So Balko with a 2-point lead at the start of the second half. Timberlake in their home white uniforms with black lettering and silver trim. They'll be going from right to left across your screen. Balko in their road charcoal gray uniforms with the white lettering maroon trim. They'll be going from left to right. Adam Creason and Avery Wallace joking around with each other at the elbow here as they start the half. Merrick Judd walking it across the midcourt stripe, has the ball, passing over to McCoy on the near side, takes the wide open three-pointer, good. And that's not what Balko could afford to do, give away a wide open three-pointer. Nathan Smith has it on the far side, passing back to Jaden Hall. Hall with it, half-court press being employed by the Tigers. Mason Romju loses control, giving it back to Creason off his foot and out of bounds. So a three-pointer for Timberlake followed by a turnover. And that tells you right off the bat that Balko has come out this second half tight. 1-point lead for Timberlake and the basketball, 7:25 to go here in the third quarter. Jack McCoy with it, passing over to the far side, Pippin with it. Being guarded loosely by Hall, now down to the elbow. Avery Wallace hasn't been guarded by Creason. Back and Creason down, the jumper over Creason is no good. Adam Creason with the rebound, circles it back around, will give it off to Jaden Hall, and Balko set the offense. Over to the near side, Mason Romju holds it high above his head, down to Creason, a minute gone here in the third quarter. 1-point lead for Timberlake. Balko basketball, Jaden Hall with it. Nathan Smith now. Being guarded by Jack McCoy, over to Romju, back to Smith, top of the key, three-pointer. Off the back iron, no good. Rebound by Avery Wallace. Good job blocking Hall out on that rebound was for Avery Wallace. Over to McCoy. McCoy thought about the three, opted not to, driving baseline. Shot off the glass and good. 9 points for McCoy. He has all 5 of Timberlake's points here in the third quarter. Creason with it on the near side. Pass over to Nathan Smith on the far side. Smith driving in, passing out over to Creason. Creason three-pointer. Off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Wallace, over to Pippin. Over to Judd now, who will race across the timeline. Chase Pierce with it on the far side. Back to Merrick Judd. Timberlake will reset the offense. Chase Pierce now with it, the free throw line extended on the far side. Nathan Smith goes for the steal and gets it. Has the ball on the sideline, giving it up to Adam Creason. 2 minutes gone here in the third quarter. Jaden Hall walking across the Timberlake logo. Adam Creason driving baseline. Shot is up and good. 8 points for Adam Creason to lead all Balko scores, and it's a 1-point lead for Timberlake and the basketball. Judd with the crossover dribble, being guarded by Romju. Giving it off to Avery Wallace. Wallace came to set the screen and instead got a pass. Wallace driving in on Creason. Creason's got to be careful. Nathan Smith goes for the steal. Tie ball, possession arrow favors Balko. It'll be Bison basketball now with 5:24 to go here in the third quarter. 1-point lead. 1-point lead for Balko. Inbound is stolen. Back the other way, Merrick Judd has it. The floater's off the glass. No good. Offensive rebound by Pippin. Put back blocked by Hall. Out of bounds. Balko careless with the offensive rebound, but the defense stiffened up and didn't give up an easy basket on that one. But now it's Timberlake basketball underneath their basket, 5:14 to go here in the quarter. Inbound to Merrick Judd, who hasn't been guarded by Mason Romsey with the free throw line extended on the near side, passing over to McCoy. McCoy faking the pass to Wallace, handing it off to Judd instead. Judd driving into the paint. Romsey fighting around the Wallace screen. Now at the top of the key is Wallace. And Timberlake to reset the offense. 3 minutes gone here in the third quarter. J.J. Pippen with it, being guarded loosely by Jaden Hall. Back over to Pierce on the near side. Chase Pierce has it. Looking to get rid of it, does so to the corner. Avery Wallace with it. Coach Cale Pierce calling the play. Over to Avery Wallace. Wallace driving into the paint. The jumper over Creason's no good. Rebound by Peyton Parker. We have a foul on the floor. Foul's going to be on Nathan Smith, his second personal foul. First team foul of the half. So Timberlake basketball. Inbound goes to Merrick Judd. Faking the jumper, 15-foot jumper from Judd off the front iron. No good, rebounded by Hall. Come back the other way are the Bison. Full court press being employed by Timberlake. Hall waits it out. And his patience pays off. He'll walk across the timeline now over to Nathan Smith. Smith thought about the jumper, decided not to take it. Bounce pass to Peyton Parker on the near side of the free throw line extended, utilizing the Romju screen. Over to Nathan Smith, and he'll reset the offense. 4:08 to go here in the quarter. Over to Adam Creason. Creason finds a cutting Peyton Parker. Reverse layup, good! What a move by Peyton Parker. 5 for him. And Balko leading by 1 at the halfway point of the third quarter. Over to the near side. Chase Pierce with it. Now to the top of the key. Wallace with it. Over to Jack McCoy. McCoy with it on the far side. The free throw line extended. Driving into the paint. Picks it up over to Pierce. Pierce for 3. Off the front iron. No good. Rebound loose. Picked up by Creason. Bounce pass goes to Romju. Finds Peyton Parker off his hands and stolen. Coming the other way now. Bounce pass to J.J. Pippen. Shot off the glass and good. 3 points for J.J. Pippen. His first field goal of the game. It's a 1-point lead for Timberlake. 3.5. Inbound. Inbound to Jaden Hall. Timeout on the floor. We'll take it with him. 3:28 to go here in the third quarter. Timberlake 26, Balko 25. Balko Bison basketball continue in a moment. Welcome back to Timberlake High School, where the Tigers lead Balko by a score of 26-25. It'll be Balko basketball inbounding near the Timberlake bench. Adam Creason to do the inbounding honors for the Bison. The coach is wiping up a spill on the floor. And now it'll be Balko basketball. Creason inbounds to Nathan Smith in the backcourt. Smith directing traffic. Walking across the midcourt stripe, Nathan Smith has it. 2-3 zone being employed by Timberlake. Smith between the circles, bounce pass to Creason, has the ball, driving in, shooting over a triple team off the glass, no good, rebounded by Avery Wallace. That can't be the shot that Coach Regier wanted there. Wallace into the front court, ball's deflected out of bounds by Peyton Parker. It'll be Timberlake basketball. Jack McCoy to inbound for the Tigers, does so into the backcourt, Pierce with it. Nathan Smith gives chase and then backs off. 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Over to the near side. Wallace had the shot, opted not to take it. And he's hit that shot already in this game. Now Pierce at the top of the key has the ball being guarded by Nathan Smith. Wallace comes to set a screen. He doesn't use it. Over to Pippen on the far side. Top of the key, Avery Wallace. Now with it, giving it back to Pippen. Pippen to the free throw line extended. Pass is deflected out of bounds off of Timberlake. It'll be Balko basketball. 2:39 to go here in the third quarter. 1 point lead for the Tigers. Balko basketball. Full court press employed by Timberlake. Creason looking to inbound, giving it off to Nathan Smith. Pierce pressures near the sideline, giving it back to Creason. Creason long outlet to Nathan Smith. Smith into the front court, driving in out of a triple team. Hall loses control of it, saves it to Smith. Romju on the far side over to Creason. Balko to reset now. Play was out of control. They're now resetting everything. 2:17 to go here in the third quarter. 1 point lead for Timberlake. Over to the near side. Creason has it on the block, and he dropped a wide open shot. Going the other way, fast break opportunity. Merritt Judd had everyone's deflected and out of bounds by Nathan Smith. Adam Creason had a wide open shot, and he dropped the ball, and then it was stolen. And then Nathan Smith did an excellent job of recovery on the defensive end. Jack McCoy to inbound from the Coffin corner on the far side. Merritt Judd with it now, back to McCoy, and we have a foul driving the lane. Foul on Peyton Parker. That'll be his first personal foul. Second team foul of the half. Timberlake basketball inbounding underneath their basket with 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. 1 point lead for the Tigers and the basketball. McCoy inbounds to Judd, who has it. They'll set the offense now. Judd directing traffic, giving it off to Pierce. Pierce has it, thought about the jumper, opted not to take it. Now back between the circles, has the ball, giving it off now to Judd. Judd driving in, bounce pass off of Pippen. Off the glass and good. J.J. Pippen with 5 points. It's a 3-point lead for Timberlake now with 1:42 to go here in the quarter. Creason driving in through a double team over to Parker. Parker shot off the glass and good. 7 points for Peyton Parker. And it's 28-27, 90 seconds to go here in the third quarter. And at halftime we were talking about how it wasn't a back and forth game. Well, it's very much a back and forth game now. Driving in, the jumper is good and a foul. Basket good by Jack McCoy. That's 11 points for him. Foul's going to be on Peyton Parker. That's his second personal foul. So the 6'1" junior puts the free throw up, and it's good. So McCoy converts the three-point play. 12 points for him to lead all scores, and it's now 31-27 with 1:20 to go here in the third quarter. Hall inbounds to Creason on the near side. Again, full court press being employed by Timberlake. Over to Ramju. Ramju giving it off to Creason, will bring it into the front court. Creason floater, no good, but a foul on the shot. Foul's going to be on Merrick Judd, his first personal foul, first team foul of the half. Adam Creason will be at the line to shoot 2 for Balko. Creason with 8 points. Creason's first free throw is up, off the side of the rim and no good. Creason, a reliable free throw shooter. Second free throw for the 6'3" senior is up and good. So Creason converts 1 of 2. He has 9 points, and it's 31-28 with 1:10 to go here in the third quarter. Into the front court, Merrick Judd with it. Over to Jack McCoy. Now to Chase Pierce at the top of the key, being guarded by Nathan Smith. Bounce pass to Judd. 55 seconds to go here in the quarter. 3-point lead for Timberlake and the basketball. Bounce pass to Avery Wallace on the far side. Has the ball. Looking to drive in on Creason. Pulls it back out. Directing traffic and Timberlake to reset. Jack McCoy with it. Driving around Peyton Parker. Passing back out to Judd. Judd driving in. The floater overhauls. No good. Jaden Hall gets the rebound. 35 seconds to go here in the third quarter. 31-28 favor the Tigers of Timberlake. And Balko may look to hold for the final shot of the quarter. Bounce pass over to Adam Creason. Creason being guarded by Chase Pierce. Over to Jaden Hall. 12 seconds to go here in the quarter. Hall with it. Back to Creason. Creason has the ball now. 5 seconds to go. Driving in over double team. Over to Ramju. Nathan Smith for 3 at the buzzer. No good. And that's the end of the third quarter with the score. Timberlake 31, Balko 28. We're going to take a quick timeout. When we come back, we'll have the start of the fourth quarter. Balko Bison basketball continue in a moment. Welcome back to Helena, Oklahoma, Timberlake High School, where the Timberlake Tigers lead Balko by a score of 31-28. Jack McCoy leading the way for Timberlake with 12 points, 6 for Avery Wallace, 5 for J.J. Pippin. Oh, 6 also for Merrick Judd, 5 for J.J. Pippin, and 2 for Chase Pierce. For Balko, Adam Creason with 9, Jaden Hall and Peyton Parker with 7, Nathan Smith with 5. Timberlake basketball to start the fourth quarter. We're underway now. 8 minutes to go here in this second round playoff matchup between Balko and Timberlake. The winner will face the winner between O'Keene and Mountain View Godibo at 8 o'clock in O'Keene on Thursday. Driving in, we have a tripping foul. Foul's going to be on Peyton Parker. That's his 3rd personal foul. 4th team foul. Jack McCoy will be at the line to shoot 2 for Timberlake. Avery Wallace set to check in after the first free throw. McCoy takes 1 dribble, the free throws in on the way and good. 13 for Jack McCoy. Merrick Judd will have a seat for the Tigers. Second free throw is around the rim and good. That hung on the rim for a while, but it fell. So McCoy converts both. It's a 5-point lead now for Timberlake, matching their largest of the game at 33-28. 7:40 to go here in regulation. Creason with the ball. Long pass to Nathan Smith is deflected out of bounds off of Timberlake. It'll be Balko basketball. And Balko's not going to want to do too many of those passes because that's exactly what Timberlake wants to do, and they are so good at closing down those lanes. Creason's floater is good. Adam Creason with 11 points. The first Bison player in double figures, and it's 33-30. Favor Timberlake. Chase Pierce with it on the near side. Jaden Hall closing the passing lane, so they pass off to McCoy instead. Timberlake to reset, McCoy directing traffic. Coach Pierce calling the play from the sideline with a minute gone here in the fourth quarter. Avery Wallace now with it at the top of the key, back in Ramji down, dishing it back out to J.J. Pippin. Over to the far side, McCoy has it, being guarded out there by Peyton Parker. Pippin out the top of the key, over to Pierce. Pierce reversing course back to McCoy. Back to Pippin on the far side, bounce pass to the block. Cade Severin with it, ball's deflected out of bounds by Nathan Smith. It will be Timberlake basketball, 6:42 to go here in the third quarter. Tigers to inbound underneath their basket. Inbound goes to Avery Wallace, who has on the far side, driving in, dishes out to a wide open McCoy for 3, off the front iron, no good. And Balko cannot leave him open. Jaden Hall with it now. And he'll walk it across the timeline. With 6:25 to go in regulation. Hall utilized the crease and screen over to Smith. Smith for 3. Bang! 3-point basket good for Nathan Smith. That's 8 for him. We're tied at 33 with 6:15 to go here in the ball game. J.J. Pippin on the far side of the ball. Bounce pass to Severin. Severin's shot is up and good. Cade Severin with his first points of the game. 35-33 Timberlake. Nathan Smith with it, passing over to Mason Ramju. Ramju reversing course over to Creason, over to Hall. Hall for 3. Missing everything, no good. Offensive rebound. Smith with it, and Balko reset the offense. 5:51 to go here in regulation. Timberlake with a 2-point lead. Balko basketball. Bounce pass to Peyton Parker over to Creason. Creason shot off the glass, in and out, no good. Rebounded by Jack McCoy. Coming back the other way now with the Tigers. McCoy driving in, ball's deflected, but Pierce catches it. Back to McCoy. Driving in, over to Pippin. Pippin has the ball, driving in, utilizes the screen, just back out to Pierce. Pierce over to McCoy. McCoy hasn't been guarded by Peyton Parker. Now back to the top of the key, Avery Wallace. Driving in, has the ball at the high post, dishing over, and we have a timeout on the floor. We'll take it with them. 5:23 to go in regulation. Timberlake 35, Balko 33. Balko Bison basketball continue in a moment. Timberlake basketball, 5:23 to go here in regulation. J.J. Pippin, wide open jumper from the elbow, no good. Rebound loose, picked up by Severin. Come back the other way now, Merrick Judd with it. Driving in, ball's deflected, and we have a foul on Mason Ramju. Oh no, that's going to be on Nathan Smith instead. That'll be 3 fouls on Nathan Smith. 5 team fouls, Timberlake basketball, inbounding from the baseline. Outlet goes to Wallace between the circles, and Timberlake to reset. Driving in on Nathan Smith, Wallace has it, Hall comes to help. Over to Pippen on the far side, 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Pippen reverses course, pass it back out to Wallace, over to McCoy. McCoy between the circles, holds the ball. Takes one dribble, deflected and stolen by Nathan Smith. He loses control of it, and he's gonna wait for his teammates now. Jaden Hall on the block, shot off the glass, good. 9 points for Jaden Hall. And we're tied at 35 with 4:45 to go in regulation. This game at this point is too good not to go to overtime. Avery Wallace with it, driving in. The floater from 10 is in and out, no good. Offensive rebound by Pippen, put back is good. 7 points for J.J. Pippen. 2-point lead for Timberlake, 37-35, 4:25 to go in the fourth quarter. Hall dribbling out of a double team, around another double team over to Peyton Parker. Parker has it, double team comes. Back to Jaden Hall, 4:15 to go here in regulation. Balko to reset the offense. Adam Creasy comes to set a screen, Hall uses it twice. Bounce pass over to Peyton Parker. Parker tries to feed Creasy and can't, finds Ramju instead off his hands, but it's deflected by Timberlake. Balko basketball, 4:04 to go here in the fourth quarter. Ramju to inbound underneath the Balko basket. Chase Pierce checking back in, and Jack McCoy will have a seat for Timberlake. And we have a foul away from the ball on Avery Wallace. That's his first personal foul. Just the second team foul of the half. So Ramju again to attempt to inbound from the baseline. Finds Nathan Smith in the corner, loses control of it, and it's stolen. That's 4 or 5 turnovers that Balko's had just by not hanging on to the ball. Shots hard off the glass, no good. Severin putback is good. 4 points for Severin. It's a 4-point lead now for Timberlake. Nathan Smith with it. Cross-court pass to Jaden Hall. And Balko to set the offense now. 3:43 to go here in regulation. 4-point lead for Timberlake. Balko ball. Hall driving in now, just out to Parker. Parker around the double team over to Smith. Smith for 3. Off the front iron, no good. Offensive rebound. Put back by Jaden Hall, good. Timeout on the floor. No basket. Oh, it's a full timeout. We'll take it with them. Timberlake 39, Balko 37. Balko Bison basketball continue in a moment. Welcome back to Helena, Oklahoma, Timberlake High School, where the Tigers lead Balko by a score of 39-37. The basket did count, and the timeout came after the basket. So it'll be Timberlake basketball. They'll have full use of the baseline. 3.5 to go here in regulation in a game that has turned out to be really fun. Balko jumped out to a big lead. Timberlake came storming back, and now it's been back and forth for the last few minutes. Merritt Judd will bring it across the timeline for the Tigers. Judd with it, reversing course to McCoy. McCoy over to Avery Wallace, who's back in the game. Wallace with it at the free throw line extended, looking to get rid of it. Does so to Pierce between the circles, has the ball being guarded by Nathan Smith. Now over to Jack McCoy on the near side. McCoy with it, driving in, double team comes. Smith goes for the steal, doesn't get it. Pass too tall for everyone, out of bounds. It'll be Balko basketball. 3:05 to go here in regulation. Bison with a chance to tie or take the lead with the basket. Reminder that the winner of this game will face the winner between O'Keene and Mountain View Godibo on Thursday at 8 in O'Keene. Creason travels. And the unforced errors for the Bison just continue. Avery Wallace to inbound in front of the scorer's table for Timberlake. Does so into the backcourt. Jack McCoy has it. 2:53 to go. Smith goes for the steal, doesn't get it. Pierce with it. Now over to Wallace on the near side. Having it in the corner, driving in. Creason goes for the steal and does get it. Creason driving the length of the floor through a double team shot. No good, and a foul on the shot. So Adam Creason will be at the line to shoot 2. Foul's going to be on Avery Wallace, his second personal foul, second team foul of the half. So the 6'2 senior from Balko set to shoot 2 with 2:42 to go in regulation, and Timberlake with a 2-point lead. Creason takes a couple dribbles. First free throw's on the way. Barely draws iron, no good. So one more free throw forthcoming for Creason, who has 11 points to lead all Bison scorers. Second free throw's up, and good. So Creason's 2 of 4 from the line for the game, has 12 points, and is 39-38 with 2:38 to go here in regulation. Merrick Judd with it between the circles, being guarded by Mason Ramju. Pass over to McCoy on the far side, has the ball met there by Peyton Parker. Now back to Pierce between the circles, over to Wallace, now down to the elbow. Pippen with it, giving it back out to Merrick Judd. And Timberlake to reset the offense with 2:20 to go in the ball game. Driving in, McCoy has it. Dishing out now, three-pointer is off the glass and good by Avery Wallace. That's 9 for him from an impossible angle. It's a 4-point lead for Timberlake. Balko ball with 2:05 to go in regulation. Full court press again being employed by Timberlake. Nathan Smith giving it off, and it's stolen. Come back the other way. Fast break opportunity, driving increase. Smith goes for the steal, doesn't get it, but does commit the foul, and that's 4 fouls on Nathan Smith. But that's not the worst decision. That wasn't the worst decision there, because then what happens is Timberlake has to actually run a play instead of getting a free basket. Timeout on the floor. We'll take it with them. 1:57 to go in the ball game. Timberlake 42, Balko 38. Balko Bison basketball. We'll continue in a moment. Welcome back to Helena, Oklahoma, Timberlake High School, where the Timberlake Tigers lead Balko 42-38. 1:57 to go in the ball game. Timberlake basketball, they'll be inbounding underneath their own basket. The story of this game for Balko has been the unforced errors. They've had numerous turnovers that haven't really been caused by anyone. Inbound goes to McCoy. Timberlake takes it all the way out near the timeline, and they're going to set the offense now. They're going to run as much time as possible while they do it. Over to Jack McCoy on the far side, driving in on Parker. Has the ball circling back out now to Merrick Judd, and they may be trying to run the rest of the clock out. A double dribble violation. Double dribble violation called on Merrick Judd. So it'll be a turnover, Balko basketball. And Judd's got to be careful. When you yell at the referee and get demonstrative, they don't tend to like that very much. Cross court to Smith for 3. Off the back iron, no good. Rebound picked up by Avery Wallace. Come back the other way. 1:27 to go in the ball game. Coach Pierce imploring them to slow down. Merrick Judd with it now, driving in, and a foul on Mason Ramju. That's Ramju's first personal foul. 17 fouls, and so Merrick Judd will be at the line to shoot 1-1 now for Timberlake. And Timberlake can salt this game away now with free throws for the rest of the way. First free throw for the junior is up and good. 43-38. Timberlake now with 1:18 to go, and one more free throw forthcoming for the junior It's on the way. Soft touch falls, and it's good. And Timberlake now has their largest lead of the ball game, 44-38 with 1:17. Inbound goes to Nathan Smith, who gives it off to Hall. Hall over to Ramju. Bounce pass to Creason in the corner, has the ball passing out of a double team over to Ramju. Ramju to Hall. Nathan Smith with it now in the corner on the near side. Pippen goes for the steal, doesn't get it, giving it back to Hall. Nathan Smith with it again, reversing course over to Peyton Parker. Parker has it. Good defensive spacing for the Tigers. Over to Hall. Hall for three. No good. Rebound by J.J. Pippen. Cross-court pass to Wallace. Wallace driving in, and we have a foul. Foul on Adam Creason, and that's going to be 4 for him. So if Avery Wallace converts the first free throw, that'll be ball game, because then they'll make it a 3-possession game with 40 seconds left to go. Free throws up. Off the back iron, no good. Offensive rebound by Merrick Judd. Double team comes. Ramju commits the foul. That's his second personal foul. And Timberlake back at the line. Merrick Judd, who just converted 2 free throws a moment ago, with a chance to salt the game away for the Tigers. Judd's first free throw is up. Off the front iron, no good. Rebounded by Hall. Balko's got to hurry. 33 seconds to go in the ball game. Hall into the front court. Balko taking too long on this possession. Pass over to Parker. Parker bounce pass to Nathan Smith, driving in. The floater off the glass, no good, but a foul. Foul on Avery Wallace, that's his fourth team foul. Nathan Smith will shoot 2 free throws, but Balko doesn't need 2s, they need 3s at this point. So Smith shoots the first free throw, it's on the way off the front iron, no good. And at this point, you almost want him to miss intentionally for a chance to get the offensive rebound. Second free throw's up, and good. 9 points for Smith, and it's a 5-point game. Ball stolen by Hall, over and back violation, turnover, Timberlake basketball. 15 seconds to go in the ball game. Timeout on the floor. We'll take it with him. 15.7 seconds left to go. Timberlake 44, Balko 39. Balko Bison basketball. We'll continue in a moment. Welcome back to Timberlake High School. 15.7 seconds left to go in the ball game. Inbound goes to the backcourt, Jack McCoy. Hall goes for the steal, doesn't get it. Peyton Parker commits the foul. And for Parker, that's going to be his 4th personal foul. 12.1 seconds left to go in the game. McCoy will be at the line to shoot 2 now for the Tigers. First free throw is up and good. So 15 points for McCoy, and it's 45-39 with 12 seconds left to go in the game. So Balko will play the loser between Mountain View, Godibo, and O'Keene. As Hall gets the rebound into the front court, Ramju with it over to Creason. Creason, long 3-pointer, no good. Rebound loose, picked up by the Tigers, and that's going to do it. So Timberlake will win this game 45-39. Timberlake will play the winner between O'Keene and Mountain View Godibo. Balko will play the loser between Mountain View Godibo and O'Keene. That game will happen at 3 o'clock on Thursday. So the boys will play at 3 and the girls will play at 6:30. So we'll be back in action on Thursday from O'Keene, Oklahoma at O'Keene High School. Until next time, this is David Vaughn reminding you that no amount of success can compensate for failure in the home. Make sure that you let your family know each and every day just how much you love them. Until next time, take care and God bless.